the role of the Bible and our evolving, shifting, progressive faith. Where do you think we're headed with the Bible? What do you think the role of the Bible will be, or what do you think the role of the Bible needs to be?
I think the Bible's a freaking miraculous document. I mean, it has transcended so many cultures and times in history. I mean, it's really is a miracle that we have it.
Yes.
It's gone through a lot. And so
we
I think
have it, right? That we
and
still...
we yes. And so I think there's really I think it's fine. It'll be fine. It can withstand all of our scrutiny. It can withstand all of our questions. It can withstand all of our doubts. It can withstand all of the seasons of our lives where we want nothing to do with it. It's fine. The Bible's going to be fine. I would encourage people to relax a little bit around the Bible and not be so tightly wound with thinking that it is this lightning rod of perfection that if you dare try to bend it or push it or ask any questions of it, then the whole thing will combust on you. No, it's fine. You're fine. It has been poked and prodded for millennia, and it is fine. It has been understood differently and interpreted differently and practiced differently by those who all fall within the umbrella of Christianity for a really long time. There is not one, contrary to conversations that you and I probably have with people, there is not one way to understand the Bible that has like just this stream, this straight line from like Jesus to us today, this unbroken way. No, just hard pass on that thinking. Go back to any of the early church fathers, and just within decades of the early church movement, you have disagreements on how to understand things. All of that has been part of it. It all belongs. It's all fine. So I love it. The Bible's a miraculous document. I find it to be endlessly fascinating that it exists, that it has transcended all this time, and that it contains this wealth of wisdom and insight into humans who have wrestled with some of life's most pressing deep questions. Why are we here? Where did this all come from? What is the point of life? We have a pretty cool library of some really good answers to that in the Bible. We have people really intuiting and discerning and learning and discovering what it means to be a human and who God is and who God is in relation to us and how we relate to others. I think the Bible is almost unmatched in its wisdom in that way. So I love the Bible.
Is it? And go ahead.
I was going to say, and I think it makes a whole lot of sense that a lot of people want nothing to do with the Bible, because the Bible has been used as this oppressive tool of control and power and manipulation and shame. And when you have been at the receiving end of that sort of harm, I'm not going to ask you to go back to it. I'm going to be like, oh, I know this thing wounded you for 4 decades of your life by making you feel like just who you were is an abomination. But now that I've done a bit of jujitsu with the Hebrew, like you see that it's not actually who says what it says. So you're good now, right? Right? You're good? Like, no, probably not. And maybe never. And I just say, yeah, that makes a whole lot of sense.
And you probably already answered this, but as someone goes through their process, is it okay to set it down?
Yeah, it's not just okay. It's like there are times where I have pastorally advised people, stop reading your Bible.
Yeah.
Stop reading your Bible because your body needs time to heal from these messages. Your brain needs time to a space to allow words to be said and not be immediately triggered into, like, I remember a couple of years ago, I gave a sermon about grace, and there was a gal afterwards who emailed me and said, I loved that sermon, but every time you just said the word grace, it just, like my heart rate just jumped because that word had been so used to tell me like what I was supposed to do in my marriage. You just got to give grace, that now whenever I hear that, I just think, oh, some other religious person is telling me I have to endlessly allow myself to be this punching bag, and that's grace. Yeah, that totally, like, your body, your brain needs time to heal from many of these messages. and your spirituality may be improved by walking away from the Bible.
Well said, Colby. Yes, yes, yes.